we wanted to bring you our mental health recovery plan solely focused on supporting educators in this video. We will have other videos that are dedicated to how you can support your students through this crisis and beyond. But today, we really wanted to focus on supporting you as educators and really navigating through what's important and how you navigate and take care of your own well-being. Your mental well-being matters. Your physical well-being matters. Your holistic well-being matters. We must take care of ourselves first. We know the saying when you are on an airplane to put your own oxygen mask on first, and that is true in this case as well, is that as adults in supportive roles with children, we must be able to navigate our own emotions in the midst of providing support to others in need. We need to feel safe, both physically and emotionally, before we're able to really give support to others in a healthy and sustainable manner. If you are struggling with post-traumatic stress symptoms or personal difficulties, or maybe it's really challenging for you to navigate whatever it is that you have personally experienced, please reach out to a support professional or someone within your team to know that you have guidance and that you are not alone. But make sure that you are prioritizing your own well-being first. It's really important as we begin to navigate and go back into our schools to be able to take care of our children and our colleagues, that we are actually prioritizing ourselves first. And I wanted to talk about a quick strategy that you can drop into, is just to notice. Notice what's coming up for you. If you are in a situation where you are noticing your heartbeat speed up, you are noticing maybe your palms getting sweaty, whatever sensation is coming up for you, similar to when you notice that your stomach may growl, that you're hungry, it's the same type of strategy, is just to notice what's happening and get curious with it. Ask yourself questions in your own mind about why you're feeling what you're feeling and what it is, and what are your needs in that moment. And then take aligned action to actually take care of what your curiosity brought up for you. This is a really quick strategy. If you think about the 3 steps, is to notice, get curious, and take action. It really just allows you to drop into your own self-awareness and make sure that your needs are met. It is really important that you take care of your needs at this time as you begin to navigate, again, taking care of everyone else in your world as well. We can't pour from an empty cup, and so this is a vital strategy. Again, notice, get curious, and take action. So how can you prioritize your own well-being? We all know that the word self-care has been overused in the world of education, and that when we think about it as our well-being, it encompasses all parts of who we show up as. And that is our responsibility to navigate, who we show up as. And it can be as simple as breathing. So if you're noticing one of those sensations come up, it can just be as simple as 30 seconds to breathe. And if you would like to use the box breathing strategy, which is an in count of 4, hold for 4, an out count of 4, and hold for 4, and to do that cycle of breathing as many times as you need to in order to feel your nervous system kind of come back to a state where you feel back into a sense of control and to a sense of where your power and strength is in navigating through all of the different pieces that are going to be coming up for you at this time. And definitely actively seek support. The more that we can communicate with one another, the more that we can actually share what's real and what's happening for ourselves, the more we can actually not feel alone and recognize that we're all feeling similar, and together we can navigate through this. Know who your mental health support team is, your counselors, social workers, psychologists. Know the things that your school offers as supports. Any employee assistance programs, any free counseling, whatever that is, definitely know what resources are at your fingertips, because prioritizing your own well-being gets to come first as you begin to navigate. And this is true for being an educator and a caregiver, honestly, in life, no matter what, is that when you are healthy and whole and able to operate from your position of strength, you can create a much better learning environment for those that you serve. Oftentimes, it's as simple as identifying coping strategies that have been helpful to you in the past. We all have had different traumas and crises in our lives and experiences that we've had to navigate through. We don't get to be adults in life without having overcome some obstacles. And this natural disaster is a big one. And it's definitely going to impact us in a lot of ways that may feel unexpected. But if we can anchor back into some of those strategies that have helped us in the past, whether it's an intentional breathing exercise, whether it's journaling, whether it's communicating with a friend, reaching out to someone, even if it's just ensuring that you have some nourishing food that really fills your cup, if it's your comfort bowl of soup or whatever that is, make sure that you're doing those things and focusing on those micro moments that spark ease and joy and relaxation, knowing that you are safe and feeling connected that the world is okay in this moment. And it can be just a micro moment because there is a lot going on and there is a lot of stressors that are going to continue to come up as we navigate through this healing journey, both physically and mentally and emotionally. There are a lot of resources out there for you that you can navigate, and a simple Google search will lead you to a lot of them. Here's two that we'll provide links for. Your self-care card, really just being able to list who the positive friends are that you can speak to. When you are feeling sad or angry or upset or any of those normal emotions, what are those stress relievers? What are those physical activities that you do? What are some calming activities that work for you? And really being able to just write them down so that you have that exercise of going through and going, all right, what does work for me? And then Sesame Street does a great job of really having a lot of resources for families as well as ourselves as individuals during and after a disaster or crisis. So definitely take a look at these resources and take what works for you and leave what doesn't. This is about really finding what is unique to you and your nervous system. As we navigate through connecting with others, whether it's our students, our colleagues, our friends, our family, we're all going through different degrees of navigating through this crisis. And everyone's feelings are valid, and we all get to understand that there's going to be an undercurrent of fear that is normal and uncertainty, and really having the self-awareness to notice what's happening within and how we're labeling those things that are happening within our nervous systems allows us to get to our sense of our own self-regulation, understanding what we need, understanding what our nervous system needs, how we're meeting those needs, and then knowing who we can rely on for support, and then being able to advocate for those needs. These are a lot of the same things that you teach your students on a regular basis. And it's a matter of just really flipping the mirror around and being able to nurture and nourish yourself as well. So do you feel safe asking for what you need, and who do you feel safe asking? And really understanding that having your circle of trust, your circle of safety, whatever that looks like for you, is really important. Again, to be communicating and talking about what's working and what's not for ourselves and for each other. And advocating for our basic needs and advocating for our standards of what's okay and what's not okay at this time. Really trusting ourselves and our intuition that if we simply need to have an hour nap in the middle of the day that we maybe didn't normally have on a weekend. But right now, that's just what our nervous system is calling for. Give yourselves grace and recognize that that's okay. There are certain warning signs that may lead you to be thinking about, should I be connecting with a professional? And really, again, trust yourself and your colleagues, but when in doubt, definitely reach out. Our team is available, and we'll have our phone number and email at the end if you want to reach out and just ask some questions about what is true for you. Recognizing that there is a double stressor happening. And a double stressor means that there is the acute experience of the hurricane that happened. And then there are the chronic symptoms that happen after that come in varying degrees and varying waves. So it is completely normal to experience a roller coaster of emotions and understand that these chronic disruptions will happen in different degrees for different people. And understanding that stress and grief are normal reactions. Coupled with and on top of the last 3 years plus have been a lot in the world of education. and the burnout and the compassion fatigue and the secondary traumatic stresses are there, and they're real. And honestly, they were real before the hurricane. And now to be in this space, recognize that it's completely normal for you to be experiencing all of these things again. And it really takes a toll on us. So catching your warning signs early and getting early intervention on your behalf is essential, because that allows you to navigate through and heal and get back to your definition of normal, your definition of consistency, in order to feel like yourself again. So the sooner you reach out for help, the better. So some warning signs can include increased anxiety, fatigue. We've talked about that. Some physical complaints, a numbness or detachment from those that we normally want to be connected with, decreases in concentration, difficulty making decisions, really wanting to just kind of be by yourself, not feeling like you have it together, feeling those feelings of inadequacy, any negative thoughts or traumatic stories that keep playing on repeat. These are all normal things that really just should prompt you to reach out for support, because it is all about prevention and incorporating some of the self-care strategies that we've talked about into your daily life, recognizing what you've used that has worked before. Even if you think you're okay and don't need to, definitely check in with those around you and make sure that you're cueing in to any physical symptoms that might be coming up, some headaches, some stomach aches, that type of thing. And recognize when you may just need to take a day off. Call a friend. I can't stress that enough. Using your coping skills, developing a buddy system with a trusted colleague, agreeing to keep an eye on each other, and approaching each other gently if you notice any red flags in each other. Recognizing that it is important to connect with one another in a way where we're being gentle and gracious and creating a safe container for us to feel and navigate, who we are and exactly where we are, because we get to have permission to be exactly where we are in this moment, wherever you are in your healing journey, depending on your specific situation, depending on what has happened to you and how the events have unfolded for you, that you have a current reality that is very real for you. And being able to share that with one another is vital. And navigating through all these different layers, there's going to be differences at different times. Be patient with yourselves, be patient with one another, and honor where you're at. Give yourself the time to naturally allow the stages of processing all of this to unfold. Remember, you're perfect exactly where you're at. You're not alone. There are people that you trust in this life, and there are professionals that are here for you that you can reach out to as well. What you're about to embark on is not easy as you're welcoming students back into your classrooms and into your schools. The tremendous amount of stress that you've been under in the last 3+ years as educators, we just want you to know, please reach out. You are not alone. No concern is too small. Please continue communicating, and we will navigate through this together. And it may be as simple as you're getting back with your colleagues, with your students, reconnecting with family and friends, define what back to normal means. Define what normal means to you. In order to equip our schools and our classrooms to be trauma-informed and to be these healthy, safe spaces for everyone, it really happens intentionally. These environments happen on purpose. So be very intentional with who you are showing up as in these environments, and create the environments of your classrooms and your schools as if you were planning through all of your senses. So really thinking through the experience that you want to feel when you enter the space, as well as the experience that you want your students to feel, as well as your colleagues. And again, you're not alone. We're here with you and for you. There are several different resources, and you will have access to these slides, so you'll have all of this. You don't need to worry about writing anything down. We'll give you copies of all of these. Again, if you or anyone you know needs any of these resources, please don't hesitate to reach out. They are available at any time. And our teams at Telement and Educator Dynamics are available for you as well. Please don't hesitate to call or email us and let us know what your needs are and how we can support you. Thank you again for your time. And we are wrapping everyone in a great big hug, and we will navigate through this together. As a community, we are stronger together. Thank you so much for your time today.